Hello, Western friends. Today we're going to take a look at a very nice pair of cowboy boots. They are from the Hyer company, which is a very old cowboy boot manufacturer. Matter of fact, Hyer goes all the way back to about, let's see what their box says, 1875. And a word you may recognize in this sentence, they started in Olathe, Kansas. Now, I think there may be some connection somewhere along there with Olathe boots, but I don't know for sure. I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. But let's take a look at this pair of boots. As y'all know, I like lots of different boots. I wear lots of different boots, switch them in and out. And I bought these and I wore them for a couple of months just to see if they were as good as I thought they were, and I really like them. These are the Hudson style. They are a chocolate mad goat. They've got 13-inch shaft. Let's look at the boot. Here we go. This is the Hudson. See if you can see the detail on the shaft is real nice. It stands out. Hope you can see it in this light. Here is the actual contour of the boot. It is, if you were comparing it to a Lucchese, that would be a number 5 toe. And we may compare them to a Lucchese here in a second, but let's take a look at this right here. It's got a good riding and walking heel on it, which is stacked leather. It's got a really tough leather sole. As you can see, I've done a lot of walking in this. I also like this right here. This is a little bit tougher, a little bit thicker. The rubber booting on the end of the heel itself gives you a little bit more concrete walking time. The boot itself is a very thick goat, but it broke in pretty fast. It's got a nice toe bug there, a really strong heel counter, and in the toe. On your inside, I don't know if you can see it here. Tell you what, I'm gonna do a little switch around here. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. There's your leather inside on the boot. It does come with a built-in padded leather, which is fairly comfortable. These run very true to size. Like I wear a size 10 in a tennis shoe, but I wear like a 9.5 like in a Lucchese or a dress shoe. This is a 9.5 and it fit just about right. As you can see, I have put these through quite a bit already. Out in the yard, plus driving the boys back and forth to school. And if you've ever had cowboy boots to drive in, it's nice when they're comfortable to the feet. The stitching on this is very nice. There's your good look at the stitching on it. It's a very well put together boot. I kind of would call it a cross between a Lucchese and say an Olathe. My comparison with Lucchese is it's a fairly stylish boot. But then you cross that with the heft and the build of an Olathe, where you can just pretty much do whatever you want in these boots. Work in them, you know, riding, mucking. These have been in the rain and the mud. Wore them to the rodeo about a month ago while I was breaking them in. So I was on my feet for probably 5 hours in them, and standing in lines, Then walking over, I mean, we were right there with the bulls and the broncs. So when I got them home, they had to have a thorough cleaning because they had manure all over them. They had everything else that you get at a rodeo. They do have lemon wood pegs and nails in the bottom of them, which is nice. Once again, your little Hyer emblem here on the heel, that is a really good rubber piece on the heel. I mean, I wish Lucchese would go with something this strong. I love my Lucchese's, but my biggest problem with Lucchese's is the outer edge of the heel wears really fast. And on these, as you can see, they're pretty darn tough. I've started wearing off the little, I guess, gripping. And let's see, this is usually the boot that I wear out first, and it's just starting to show on that edge. I broke my back about 15 years ago, and I unfortunately favor my right side, and I usually wear the edge of the boot off real fast. And these, as you can see, that have some wear, but they're really handling it really well. This chocolate goat skin is tough. And I bought these to be a boot that I wear often once I got them and they fit. I love the taller shaft, the 13-inch. It's not too tall. I've got some Olathes that are 16-inch, and although I like them for certain purposes, not for an everyday boot, especially in the summertime. These breathe very well. Here in Tennessee, where I live, it has been in the mid-90s. I had these on today. It was 94 degrees, and I did not have a problem with my feet sweating a whole lot. It's even got the nice toe bug pattern. I know they call that something else. Now, these are made in Leon, Mexico, but I was surprised with the fit. Usually, I have to size down for boots that come from Mexico. Usually, not all the time. Here's your model number, style number, and everything. They've got, I like the way they came up right back here, higher with the heel grip. I've got narrow heels, and this really helps my heel to stay where it's supposed to. Just enough slippage to keep the air flowing through them. But they're just a great boot. Now, I bought a pair of their Hyer boots, and they did not fit me at all. It was a different toe. It was a wider toe, a different heel. It was just a different cut of boot. They were just a little bit too wide for me, and I didn't want to have to size down and crunch my toes up. Box art. There you go, Ride Hyer. My 9.5D. Chocolate Mad Goat. They call that the Elite Toe. It's a 1-inch square. Once again, it reminds me of a number 5 Lucchese toe. It's very, very similar. It does have the underslung. This would be a really good riding boot. Comes with a nice old style cowboy on the front of it. They come, let me see here, where's it? Here we go. When you get them, they come all wrapped up. They got these really nice to put in here and keep these boys nice and straight. But they came very well wrapped up. The box, when you open it up, the first thing you're going to get is welcome to the family, which is a kind of a nice gimmick to have it there on the inside of the box. But there you go. That is the Hudson. Now, I don't know if these are still available. I know Hyer is like Lucchese and Olathe and all those. they'll run a pair of boots for a while and then you have to wait till they come back. These ran right at $400, which is medium price. I mean, after buying Olathe and Lucchese, to me, $400 is, if you're getting a boot that's made as good as this one is, I don't complain about the $400 because the boot's going to last a long time. There's a couple of different views of it for those of you that are like me that just enjoy the way a boot looks. It's got a very good, to me, classic profile for a cowboy boot. There's another look at your heel and your pattern. As you can see, I have worn these quite a bit. I cannot get over how tough and comfortable the front part of the sole is. These do have the steel shank in them. You can pretty much see it right here. But these have just been a really tough. I'm on concrete a lot. And with a lot of the boots that I wear, it really wreaks havoc on the soles, since the soles are, of course, leather. But these have just got really, really tough soles. It's a single welt stitch. Of course, these can be resoled if you need to. But there you go. That is your Hyer Hudson. Y'all comment down there and let me know if you bought some Hyers. I mean, Hyer has just in the past year become very popular again. They were out of the boot making for a while. I believe their grandson started it back up, and he was really excited about it. And it's a good boot. I recommend it for anybody that wants an all-around boot that you're going to be doing a lot of different things in, whether you're riding, you're working on the farm, working on your land, or you just like them and want to wear them every day. They're comfortable. Medium weight. They're not going to be as heavy as an Olathe, but they are going to be heavier than, say, a Lucchese. They're probably a pound each heavier than a Lucchese. Quality-wise, to me, these are just as nice a quality as an Olathe or a Lucchese. Of course, until you get into your real high-end Luccheses that are made out of more exotic leathers. But that's really more for your barbecue style boot, you know, that you're going to wear on special occasions. Where these, I just put them on and wear them. I'll probably wear them 4 or 5 days a week. Probably too much. It's the way I am when I get a boot that I really like. I'll just wear it to death. But once again, I'll shot up them right there. That's your Hudson. It's a neat boot. Hope everybody's doing well. Give me some comments. Let me know what you think. Y'all have a good day. Gary T.